Hey guys, I wanted to show you what my husband got me for Mother's Day. I used it yesterday for the first time to can up some chicken. So here is my canned chicken. Looks so lovely. Canned meat is not the prettiest in the world, but that works really great for making chicken salad sandwiches or tacos, just something you need. It's just like the same as if you bought canned chicken at the store. It's just a little better flavor in my opinion. But I'm going to show you how to work this Presto digital pressure canner. I've done pressure canning before, but I have an old-fashioned one. You kind of have to sit and watch it a lot, see where it's at. This one just like beeps at you and tells you, okay, next step, next step, next step. So first thing first is when you plug it in, it's going to give you the options of like pressure can or water bath can. So you're going to select which one you want to do. So I'm going to do pressure canning. I've filled the water here to the fill line, which is about 3 quarts, and I've inserted the can rack at the bottom. If you're doing pints, you will raise that up a little bit by putting some rings, some canning rings on the bottom. But if you're doing quarts, you just put that directly in and then fill up your water. The next thing you do is you're going to rotate this knob, and that's going to take you to how much time you need. This recipe is 90 minutes, so I'm going to take it up to the 90, and then I'm going to hit this button. Okay, now it's telling me here to insert jars. So what I've already done is I've filled up my jars halfway with warm water, and this pressure canner will fit 5-quart jars. So I got 5-quart jars filled with water, and I'm just going to lower them into the pressure canner. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rubber gasket, the ring, put that down, make sure it's down on there really nice, and then I'm going to put the lid on. When you put the lid on, you want to make sure that you're not missing any gaskets, so you're going to check here, and then there's also a gasket right here as well, so you want to check and make sure that none of those have fallen off or been misplaced somehow since you canned last. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the lid in place. So you just pop it on like that. This is how you install or remove it. So put it on or take it off. And then you're just gonna turn it until it's on the locked position. And the directions at this stage want the arm lifted up. So we're gonna leave that like that. And then we're going to hit this start button. And not sure if my camera is focusing very well, but now it says warm. So now my jars are warming, and while they're doing that, it takes about 20 minutes. I'm going to start prepping the food that I'm going to place into the jars, into the hot jars. Okay guys, so now that this is done, it took about 20 minutes, and then it'll beep twice and it'll tell you it's time to fill the jars. So you're going to come over here, and you don't have anything going on up here. It's not under pressure or anything. You're just going to turn your lid, pop that off, and you can see my jars are nice and warm and ready to get filled up. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how much beef is going to fill up the jars to where I want it, so I just started with 1 roast. I cut it into kind of like 1.5 inch chunks. I took off all the fat and the bone. I cut up some carrots. I did a little bit of potato because I didn't want to do too much. My husband just wants a little bit of potato, so I'm going to probably put this amount into about 2 jars. We'll see how much we get. And then I also have a banana pepper from the garden. I'm going to add that in as well. And we also have some onion too. So I'm going to layer it with the beef, onion, carrots, potatoes, banana pepper, and then I'm going to put some beef broth down into the jar, fill it up to, I need to double check, but I think it's in 1 inch below the top, and then I will add that to the canner and show you. Okay, so now I've got the meat, onions, carrots, potatoes, and some of the peppers, and I put the beef broth in there with it, and I debubbled. So debubbling is when you stick this down in there and you kind of push around and you get all the air bubbles out. Make sure it's filled really to where you need it to. It needs to be within 1 inch, so mine's perfect. It's at 1 inch, right like that. I think I moved my camera. There we go. And then the next thing you do is you take some vinegar on a little paper towel and you make sure and clean your rim off like that. And then you're going to put your lid on, and you're going to put this on to fingertip tight. So You don't twist, twist, twist. You just kind of put it on until it kind of goes, and then that's it. And then you're gonna put this into the canner. I'm gonna repeat this 4 more times so I have a full canner, and then I'll be back. Okay, so my jars are all full and they're inside the canner and they're ready to go. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put our lid on like so, and we're going to turn to lock it. And then we're going to put our arm down right here, this thing, like that. And we're gonna slide that and lock it into place. You wanna make sure that your regulator is not on yet. That's that little knob thing that goes on the top. I'll show you that later. So, okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna hit this start button. And now it says heat. So it is warming up the jars and bringing it up to pressure. Warming up the cans and putting it up to pressure. It's going to make some noise here for a little bit, and then it's gonna beep at me, and then that means it's time to put the regulator on, and I'll show you when it gets to that point. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but I lost part of the video. I'm a dork. So I guess I probably hit like the back button instead of the check mark or something. I don't know, I'm stupid. Anyway, so what happened from last time, it was heating up. We had everything, you know, properly working right. And once it heats up to the proper amount of pressure, it then asks you to put on this regulator. So you put this on, it's a heavy weight. You put that on there, and that helps it to maintain the pressure. And then it starts a countdown here it was on 90 minutes. Once the 90 minutes is up, it'll beep, I believe, 4 times. And then after that, it goes into like a cool down mode. So everything's just kind of cooling down. It takes like an hour and a half. It also will start like a countdown, 10, 9, 8, 7. Once it gets down to 0, it's finished. It'll beep 10 times. And then you can come over and cancel, you know, stop the machine and let it continue to depressurize. So it might already be depressurized by that time, and you'll know because this has like a little silver thing that pops up. If it's down, then you're good, it's done. If it's up, it means it still has pressure and you want to leave it alone for a while. So at this point, we're ready to go. It's down. I can unlock it and check on my pot roast that I did. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock it here by turning it. Turn it like that, and then you can did I do it right? Oh, lift the arm, and then turn it and open it. I'm gonna set this down back here, and then I have my roasts all ready to go. So I'm gonna pull those out and take a look at them. Okay, so here we go. So we're pulling that out. It's bubbling. And I'll set it right there next to these other ones. I'm gonna let this one sit, and I let them sit out for like 24 hours, and then I'll check the seals on them and make sure that they are popped down. Oh, you can hear one popping already. So it looks like I had some siphoning on this one where I lost quite a bit of the liquid. I might have my husband eat that one kind of soon. Siphoning means like that some of the liquid came out. So like through the top, like I might have twisted that on a little bit too tight. So anyway, that's it. Those are my pot roasts. They definitely look a lot prettier before they go in, but you can see the bubbles. They are warm. Everything is nice and cooked. And these will be shelf stable for up to 2 years. You can go longer, but it kind of loses its flavor, but it looks pretty good, and hopefully my husband will like these.